Okay, so looking at your poem, well, first of all, I really want to commend you on using poetry because I think sometimes poetry is kind of intimidating for us, but I think it is a really cool way to kind of experiment and play around with words. But just to start off, I really like the repetition that you have, starting with the very top of each stanza. There's that repetition, and then there's also repetition throughout the poem. This one of the many summer sounds, which I think works really well. And I also like how your vocabulary and your descriptions are very scene specific. So this line, "a family of three having a picnic with Buster," um, I think is really cool because the reader, wouldn't know who Buster was unless they were there, and so I think that does a really good job of kind of putting them there in the scene that you're in while writing this. Um, I also really like all these quotes that you have right here, and I know it is a sound poem, but I think it's really important to have these quotations so your reader knows that that is exactly what you're hearing and what people are saying. And I also really enjoy how you do these very kind of abstract sounds, this swoosh and wish and chirp. Um, and then you have very specific stanzas, so it's kind of abstract and then concrete, followed like right after each other. So I think that works really well too. I One thing I do have a little bit of concern about is the it's so much repetition, which I think works really well. But I think something that you could do to expand on how well that works is to kind of extend these stanzas. Um, they seem kind of like at this moment kind of dropped in lines, which is not bad for a draft at all. And I think that it's like a really good place to start. But I think it might be fun to see how you could extend each of these stanzas into more than two lines, just so the repetition is not so constantly just coming so quickly. But other than that, I don't think I would do anything else except for just continue to play with it and continue to see how you can extend those stanzas, just so that this repetition isn't too overwhelming.